So today is the last day of July. We have now officially been under contract with the new house for almost a full month. We're right at that 3.5 week mark. And so it's been quite a long journey. The story of how we got our offer accepted is a little crazy. It's been quite a challenge, but right now, as it stands, the only concern with the current house is the well. So this new house is on a well, and because it's been sitting vacant for so many years, someone we don't know how long ago, tried to steal the pump out of the well. I guess they took the wire or something that they thought would be valuable enough to sell and make some money with, and then threw the rest of the junk back in the well. And so we had one quote, and the guy said his recommendation was to fill it with concrete and dig a new well, which is $20,000, and we cannot afford in our renovation budget. And so tomorrow we have another well guy who is confident he can get the mess out and get an all new pump put in, which is a lot more cost effective for us. The seller is not interested in being helpful in the process. He says he's already losing money on the house, selling it to us at the price that he is. And so we're just praying and trying to have faith that it's going to work out and that the well is not going to be any more of a hiccup than it currently is. We were able to extend our closing date on this house until the middle of August, which is a blessing because that bought us one more week to pack and figure out what we're going to do. And to come up with a temporary living situation in the event that, one, this house doesn't work out, which I'm really hoping that we don't have to come to that, or two, a temporary living situation in the event that we can't occupy the premises while there's no water. And so we've got some friends that I think we're going to stay with for hopefully very short term while we get the water working at the new house. It's been quite a whirlwind. This has been a season that has really been testing my faith and has made me extremely anxious and stressed out, if I'm being honest, because not only is it hard not to know where you're going to live, but I also have the side of my life that's my business and not having a studio. And so, yeah, I have been a little stressed out lately, and I'm hoping that after tomorrow we'll have some answers on the well. We're also waiting for the owner to get a meter put in so we can get power turned on. We had to wait for the county to come and do an inspection on the house in order for the electrical company to put a meter in. And until there's a meter in, there obviously can't be power. Until there's power, we can't have our inspection. And so we have already been under due diligence for this house for 3 weeks. We just extended it 3 more weeks or 2.5 more weeks of due diligence, hoping that we can get all the inspections we need and everything looked at before we are locked into this house. And so that's kind of the latest update as far as the new home goes. Okay, so a little update. We had the well guy come out on Tuesday, and he was unsuccessful getting out the stuff that was inside the well. So his recommendation was to dig a new well, which was the second time we've heard that. His quote was a little bit lower, or what he thought it would cost, but he is not actually one that digs wells. He just repairs pumps. And so the way that this left us, we had 2 options. Option 1 was to have the seller dig a brand new well before we purchase the home, or that we would have a section of our I can't even think of what it's called. We would put $20,000 aside of our profit into an account or an escrow account, and be able to fix the well with that $20,000 before we would occupy the house. Long story short, the bank came back and said that's not an option anymore. And so our only option is to have the guy fix the well. We proposed that a couple weeks ago when we had the first quote, and he was not cooperative and did not want to put any more money into this house. And so my hope is fading very quickly on that this house is going to work for us. We still have yet to hear back from our agent. She's been in communication with his agent. So we'll see. As of right now, if he's not willing to do that, then we can't purchase the house at all. And we've got to find a new place to live. We have to be out of this house. We close on this house in 2 weeks. And so it's a little scary. I'm having a really hard time trusting the Lord in this season, and hoping that I don't regret the decision to sell. I have peace about that. That's the only thing I have peace about at this moment, that we decided to sell when we did. But yeah, there's a lot of unknowns right now. So we're not getting the house anymore. We heard back from the seller that he was not willing to come down on the price and was not willing to fix the well. And so the bank told us we couldn't get the house, which is a really big bummer because we've got 10 days to figure out where to live. Looking for a studio space so that I can continue to work. We're looking for a home or an apartment or something temporary for our family until we can find a new home to live in. So it's a very frustrating season, a very anxious-filled season. I'm just really disappointed, but the Lord has something in store. We don't know what it is yet, and I'm just clinging to the promise that His ways are better than my ways, and that He's got something waiting for us. So that's the latest update.